Hi, Coordinator here today, guys. I'm making a new video of my tanks. This one's not so important. This is just always has been a grow out tank that I like to throw fish in, and just plants in general, just for them to grow out. I always run CFL bulbs from Home Depot or my local store here that's just down the street, and I keep a box of these bulbs around because these little 2400K bulbs, there's only 2 of them in there, and I pop them in here every 6 months. I change them out 6 months to a year, and it just makes my plants grow. I don't ever get algae issues or really major problems, although I do have algae on there. That's because I didn't clean the wood off properly prior. But you know what? I haven't seen a stream, a lake, or a river that doesn't produce algae, you know. And people make tanks, they want to make them so perfect, they don't want algae on stuff. I don't have the problem with algae growing on the glass. I don't have any of that problem. I get a little bit of this fuzzy stuff here. I don't mind, you know. That's natural, and I like to just throw stuff in a tank and see what happens, because you know what, you still get something nice either way, whether you plan it out and you go, you know, you really take your time with it. You can get some really nice setups, and there's people out there that are really artistic with them. For me, I love throwing plants in and seeing what happens, because you know what, plants and nature, when it just does its own thing and it overcomes issues or flow or spots or whatever a plant grows somewhere, it always overcomes, and if it starts thriving, that's always a good sign. But they always adapt and overcome, and that's just what I love about plants. It just doesn't matter what you throw them in, they just like to do their own thing, and they turn out beautiful either way. But my main focus today was this 25 gallon. I said a long time ago I was going to make a video of this guy after the plants grow in, and the problem that happened was I had a sick fish in here, an angelfish, that kept getting Popeye, so I treated this tank with tetracycline, which was the stupidest thing to do when you have a planted tank. I put tetracycline packets from API and to treat the fish, and as I figured, what the heck, I'll treat everybody and make sure that they don't get sick. Well, that's the stupidest thing to do in a planted tank, folks, because you're going to melt your plants, and that's it. And that's exactly what happened in here. They folded back. Now they're just start coming up again. This is kind of like a new setup again. It's not new, it's been running. This thing should just be full of plants, but like I said, I'm still learning. You know, I've been at this for 6 years, 7 years, and I'm always constantly learning things through trial and error. I'm hard-headed. I don't listen to people, which I should, because you know what, I've managed to pull off a lot of things that people said you can't do in a tank for quite some time. You know, like having heavily stocked tanks, and people say, oh, that's not good, it's not good. Well, if you go with high filtration and good lighting and lots of planks, you can achieve, lots of plants, you can achieve a heavily stocked tank. But you're still going to get problems. So what I've learned now is to back off on the amount of fish. Have the right amount of fish in your tank. I still love to go with lots of plants. I just love plants. But get your little cleaners, your little shrimps, guys like that in there, because I love having them. They do their job. They eat the algae. They keep things clean. Always have one of those in there. I did have an apple snail in here, and I had jungle val right here growing up. I threw that snail in here for 1 week, and I don't know how I didn't notice this, but the bloody snail ate my jungle val. One apple snail. Now, I've never had apple snails attack my plants. I've never had them go after plants and just eat plants solely. I bought it from a pet store that I think doesn't feed them very well, so I guess when they have nothing else left to eat, oh, what the hell, we'll go for the plants. So I bought one from there that really likes going after plants, because he went after my anubias and ate all the bloody leaves off of it there. Now, it took me a while to get that from a rhizome to, I don't know, probably about 10 or 12 leaves on it. Now it's got one again, and I gotta start all over because of one bloody snail. So, like I said, it's all about living and learning, folks. The main thing, like the focus of this tank today is my new Kessil LED light Tuna Sun. I've been waiting 4 years for these. When they had the Amazons and the actinic blue ones, I was always looking for the Amazon Sun because I wanted to do the Planet tanks, and I found this online. This is called the Tuna Sun. Now I thought, what the hell is this? Is this a knockoff of a Kessil called the Tuna Sun? No, I watched a review from Jacob's Fish Tanks and a couple other guys, and they did a review on this light, which is, over the Amazon Sun, adjustable. Now you can adjust your light, your color temperature here, right here, on this knob here. Excuse my dirty fingers, guys, I'm a mechanic, so it's hard to get all that grease and shit out of your hands. So I'll use my cleaner finger here. This one here is your color intensity. So right here I've got it maybe just above 6500K, or right around there for the lighting anyway. Now if you turn this knob up, you're going to get more of the whites and the blues. And with your plants, and what I try to achieve with this tank is to make it relatively the same as that lighting there, because plants just love the light in there. And plants never have an issue in that tank. So, for this Anubias and all my other lower light plants, these are Amazon Sword. I still haven't figured out what this is. It just keeps growing good in my tanks, and I keep throwing it on all my tanks. I haven't even bothered. At this point in life, I really don't care, because all these plants are babies from just one plant I bought 6 years ago. So these are all its descendants. So I had this guy here. You can see it's all skinny and twiggy because the tetracycline made all the leaves fall off when I did that. I have Java Fern. I had where that shrimp is crawling right now. There's a shrimp right there. There was cryptocoryons right there. And I put them in here. They folded down like they always do whenever you move them from one tank to another. They were just starting to come back. That snail ate every one of those leaves out of there. Now there's nothing there. I've even dug my finger in there to see if there's any remnants of the roots or anything, because if you have anything left over from cryptocoryn, or if you think it's gone, sometimes it's not always gone. It'll just pop up on its own again over time. But there's nothing. He ate everything. So I'm really not happy with that guy at this moment in time. But this is the 25 gallon now. I'm really happy. I got my Kessil light. I went over to Nestor's Aquarium and Pets here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The guy's a good friend of mine. He carries these goosenecks, and he stocks these lights now, which I didn't know, which is why I ordered this one. But he does stock the 160s and the 360s. So if you want the bigger Kessil lights, he has them. If you're here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he has the goosenecks and everything you need. So, shout out to my buddy Nestor, because he always helps me out. He's been helping me out for the last six or so years since I met him and his family. He moved his store because he wanted to do more salt stuff. He's doing that now. Well, sorry guys, I just gotta capture this guy here. I love shrimp. I could just sit here and watch these guys swim around in here all day. They're awesome. I got a couple females in here with some eggs too. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. The lights. Kessil lighting. I've been waiting a long time for one of these. I finally got it. I'm happy. I got my shimmer. And I actually woke up to this shimmering in my room today, which was just great. Excuse my camera work, folks. You know what? I'm just using a little Nikon to make these videos. I still haven't gone out and spent $600 on a camera to make YouTube videos, because I don't really make them too often, which is why I'm using this one. But I'll try to be as steady as I can. Another thing about these lights that I really like, and I'm just gonna shut the light off over here for a second, because I love that. I love that. Who doesn't like that? You got this beautiful green glowing tank, and then you got this gorgeous light giving you the shimmer. Just like the sun does in the lake or river. Natural effect. And I love this. This tank is going to pop, and you know what, since I've put this light in here yesterday, everybody, the plants, I could tell, they're all starting to curl up now and move up, and they're pulling hard because they got enough nutrients in the water. Now they just want to pull up and grow up towards that light, and that's exactly what they're going to do, and that's what I love it, and I can't wait to see what happens with all this. I'm going to take some jungle val again from the other tank. Good thing I popped it in the other tank and pop it back here, because I took Mr. Snail out, who's destroying everything, and he's in a different tank. I'll tell you, I was almost tempted to throw that guy right in the toilet, but that's not what I'm about. The only unfortunate thing for these fish is if they decide to jump out of here at any given time I'm not around, well, that's their own problem. Because I'm keeping an open tank. I might actually get a custom cut piece of glass for this, just so that I can have a lid on it. Like I said, I'm tossing up ideas right now. We'll see. Custom cut glass is not cheap, but you know what? For my fish tanks, I am willing to do it. And you know what? You guys can't ever doubt anything I say, because I am crazy and I just do stuff when I want to do it. So, this is the 25 gallon. I meant to, make a video of this when it was growing really good, and like I said, I destroyed it and folded it all back with tetracycline because, well, I'm just an idiot and I don't think sometimes, and you have to live and learn through your mistakes, and that's just the way we live and learn. We're hard-headed people, and we're a hard-headed race of beings on this planet, and no matter how good of advice you get from your friends on YouTube, which I did, I still went and did my own thing anyway, and well, live and learn, folks. So, this is the 25 gallon. This is a Kessil Tuna Sun LED, specially engineered light, the size of a Coke can exactly, folks. I shit you not. You pull that out, you put it next to a Pepsi can, Coke can, whatever drink you like, a beer can, they're all the same size. And you put it next to this light, and it's the same size. So, and then you can go out and get yourself the nice little metal gooseneck, and I'm telling you, this gooseneck is heavy duty. It's made out of that heavy conduit, like that electricity conduit that they run your cables through in your walls. I swear it's heavy. It's heavier than that. And it's very nice and threaded, steel threaded, no plastic. There's no plastic on this at all. The only thing that was plastic were these two little screws here. Obviously, I was worried about those because I thought they were metal. I thought, oh shit, metal against the glass. If you put it too hard, you're going to crack it. And another thing I was kind of worried about, especially if you have a bigger tank, and this is a rimless tank with no plastic rim on the outside to take a little bit of the beating. So if you do flex this too hard, it does flex the glass tightly. Like I had it on this, on the back part, and I noticed that glass was flexing. It's just way too easy. If you bump it by an accident and you have it clamped on your tank, you're gonna snap it. I put it here on the shorter side of the glass where it's, you know what I mean, there's less distance between here and here. It's a stronger piece of glass. It's gonna flex less. Will I accidentally bump it? I don't know. I really hope not. I don't do anything stupid like that. But I'm usually pretty good. It's my wife sometimes that bumps things, and I had a little piece of wood on top of the tank in this corner sitting up here just to block the fish from jumping out at nighttime because they were doing it. And every night that she came by the bed, poof, she'd knock that piece of wood off. So I really hope she doesn't bump this light. I doubt she will. I have faith. Anyway, this is my tank from above. The only other thing I'm concerned about is with not having a lid. I have feather duvets. I actually just got rid of the really crappy ones that were leaking feathers everywhere because there was feathers all over the top of this tank. I had to sift it out yesterday. And that's when I had a lid on it. Now this doesn't have a lid. And I might have to fight that feather deal, although The duvets are new now. I went out yesterday and changed them to some different type of stuff. And hopefully I'll eliminate the floating feather problem, because yeah, I was getting them all out the top of the tank. You can see I got most of it out now. There's really nothing really floating on the top. I would just run a fluval water sifter like I had on my other one, but then I would have to go to a different filter, and I'm really digging this fluval underwater filter. I believe it's a C2. I don't think it's a C series. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's the underwater ones from Fluval. It's the small one for the 20 gallon. It's got the perfect amount of flow. You can see this guy waving in here because it's pushing this way, coming around the wood, and then coming back this way, flowing back in. So I've got a circular flow, a gentle circular flow in here, which seems to be doing really good for the plants. And I'm happy. So I'm not going to play with anything any longer, because I have my Kessil light now, and I have what I want in here. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, was just about the Kessil lighting, and make a video of this tank so everybody could see how it's coming along. I'm not doing any of my bigger tanks. If I do any bigger tanks now, or go back to the 66, which I'm totally thinking of redoing and getting it back up and running with a CO2 system yet too, because I'm not going to run that one, I don't think, ever without CO2. But I am going with probably 2 of the 360s for it, Kessil lights, and that won't be for a while, because I'm going to buy the lighting first before I even set it up. And this light here was $300 online. I bought it from J&L Aquatics in BC. Okay, so that's British Columbia, Canada, folks. They have these in stock. I managed to get it for, I think, $313, or just about that. Free shipping, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. So I have the bill. It's $298 with tax. I think I paid like $310 or something for it, and I'm very happy, because when these lights first came out, they were way more than that. And to get it off of Amazon, they wanted $350, almost $400 for this thing. So I said, no, J&L Aquatics in BC. That's who carries it. You can go onto Kessil website and see who carries it. It'll tell you who's got them in the States, if you're in the States. If you're up in Canada, who's carrying them up in Canada. They led me to J&L Aquatics, and I've actually run into them online a few times and thought about buying stuff from them. It took a week to get to me. Like I said, I didn't have to pay for shipping, so it's great. But this is my 25 gallon, and it's coming up really nicely. I'm going to put some jungle val in there, and I'm going to get some new crypts and put them right back there in the archway, because I had them growing up there. It was going to look sick in there. Mr. Snail ruined it. But like I said, people, it's all live and learn, and you got to have lots of patience and stuff like that. But like I said, I could spend the rest of my days doing this. Just get me a bunch of fresh tanks and the supplies, and I can do this all day long. Anyway, you guys enjoy your fish. It's Sunday today, so enjoy your fish and your families. And I will do the same when my family comes back. And that's that. So I'm going to say bye-bye. This is the 25 gallon. You might want to get yourself some Kessil lights. They're really good. And I'm going to make another video later to see just how well these plants are doing with the Kessil light after. So I'm probably going to give it another month, folks. Excuse me if I get caught up in another 6 months or so. Like I said, winter's here. I'm going to be riding my sled, stuff like that. I don't know. I might forget about making a video, but at least I'm being honest with you, folks. Who knows? But I will be back for sure with a video of this at some point in time. Alright? Bye-bye now.